And welcome back. I'm Bill Tucker filling in for Steve Malzberg. Steve's on vacation today. He will be back tomorrow. We're going to turn our attention now to a recent settlement announced with Wells Fargo. It was a $50 million settlement with the holders of Wells Fargo mortgages. And to do that, we'll be talking with Walid Tamari. He is the founder of the Tamari Law Group and business and civil litigation attorney. Walid, thank you for being with us. Before we get into this, though, I have a question that I want to ask, and I want to have and I've got a response from the former CEO of Wells Fargo, because I don't understand why companies do these kinds of things. Wells Fargo, in an attempt to drive its business, defrauded its customers, and in the long run, that seems to me like a failing enterprise. And in fact, Mr. Stump, before he left his position as CEO, admitted as such. Take a listen to this soundbite.
For those who broke our trust, were dishonest, put customers at risk, we drew a very bright line. And after all, we are a regulated institution, and we have a fidelity bond, and people who behave in this way simply can't work here. If I could turn the clock back, and I've thought about this 1,000 times, of course, I wish I would have done, we all wish we would have done something more earlier. We didn't get on this fast enough.
No, they didn't. Walid, $50 million seems puny in comparison to what, in fact, Wells Fargo did to its customers in terms of, if nothing else, just breaking faith with the people that do business with the institution. Welcome, and I'd like your thoughts on what Mr. Stump just said.
Bill, good to talk to you. You know, it's interesting because, again, what led subsequent to what you played was Mr. Stump's testimony at the congressional dissent hearings, right?
Right, correct.
And remember, with Stump's position all along, before his resignation, was that, look, there were these problems with Wells Fargo. The important issue, the important distinction, according to Stump, is that these problems and these issues were at the lower level of Wells Fargo. In other words, there was never, according to Stump, there was never a directive, Bill, right? There was never a directive from the top for these activities to occur. So that was his position. So he was definitely apologizing, right? He was definitely trying to ask the public for restored trust in Wells Fargo and its product. But his position prior to resignation was that, look, whatever the activities that took place, they were wrongful, yes, but they weren't at the direction of from the top level of Wells Fargo. That was his position. And then obviously he resigns, a little while later. And I think, and the question in terms of his resignation really is, was it a PR vehicle for Wells Fargo to simply say, look, we're on a new ship right now? Or alternatively, was there any type of wrongdoing that may have been uncovered by Wells Fargo top executives? Or was John Stump just ready to resign to kind of leave this whole situation behind him? The answers are going to depend as the investigation unfolds, obviously.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, but you can't defraud your customers. I know a guy who owns a business, a successful business, who'd done business with Wells Fargo for a long time. He was furious. He's lost that guy's business. They've lost credibility with me. And I think that Trump had to stand down because he was the guy at the top, whether he issued the directive or not.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bill, you're asking the really important question because, first of all, this whole thing is about trust. Capital T, capital R, capital U, capital S, capital T, trust, okay? And where Wells Fargo ends up is going to be very interesting. They've got so much going on. You mentioned the $50 million settlement they entered into yesterday. In addition to these, with regard to the fake accounts that were allegedly opened up, remember, they entered into a $185 million settlement with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and Los Angeles, $185 million settlement. John Stump, before he resigned, gave back $41 million in stock awards.
Which is a beginning. And I've got to stop you, Walid. I really appreciate it. I'm out of time. Thank you, Walid Tamari.
Take care, Bill. Thank you.
All right. As everyone is well aware by now, next Tuesday, November 8th, is Election Day. But the holiday that may have gotten lost sight of because this election is coming down to the final wire is a really important one next Friday, November 11th, Veterans Day. We're joined now by Eric Krupnicki. He is a retired Marine Staff Sergeant and CEO of BrokenGearWear.com, which is the exclusive provider of apparel for the New York City, Los Angeles, and Philadelphia Veterans Day parades. Eric, great to have you with us. Good you could share some time with us and talk a little bit about BrokenGearWear.com and what you are doing. I know that your mission is both as a profitable company and as a charitable company. So why don't you break this down for us and explain to people who may not be aware of the company and know what you do, exactly what it is and what your mission is.
Thanks, Bill. It's great to be here. Broken Gear is two entities. We're one side is a for-profit company called Broken Gear, Inc. And what we do is we're an athletic apparel line, and we also do promotional products that we co-brand with to let people know they support us. We are a service-disabled owned company, and we seek to change veteran lives. And we do that by, we hire service-disabled veterans. We put them in an environment here amongst our comrades, and where if they have to go take care of some issues or they need a break, go down to the beach and walk, that's fine. So we put them to work, put them in an environment they're comfortable with. And proceeds from the company go toward our nonprofit, which is separate. That is Team Broken Gear. And what Team Broken Gear does is all those proceeds go towards sending service-disabled veterans to athletic events. And we also give away products to service-disabled veterans, such as large cargo pockets. For example, people don't know, but when you have a prosthetic limb, you can't put your hand in your pocket. So we provide this enlarged pocket that attaches to your belt, and so they can put items in there and function.
That's really great. How long have you been in existence, Eric?
The company is only about 14 months, but we are growing.
Oh, that is fantastic. Have you always been the exclusive provider of apparel to parades in New York, Los Angeles, and Philly, or is this your first year?
For America's Parade, it's the first year. It's the first time they're doing it. We partnered with them over the summer. Well, we began negotiating this last February.
Okay.
And they've never done it before, but we're a service-disabled veteran company, and they absolutely wanted companies such as us to do that. And they love the concept and the idea. Their veterans, United War Veterans Council produces it, and we also bought into their mission. Their mission is America's Parade wants to be in 10 large cities throughout the United States by 2019. So LA is on board. This is actually their first year that they're having Veterans Day Parade in their city, period.
Really?
Yes. What normally happens, and I spoke with Stephanie Stone, she heads it out there, and the surrounding cities usually have their Veterans Day parades, and that's where everyone goes to. But the city itself hasn't had one. This is their first year. And so America's Parade in New York is mentoring them through that, and Philadelphia is looking to join also. They are not officially with America's Parade, but they did choose us to provide their apparel, so we'll be there this Sunday, November 6th. And hopefully they'll join America's Parade, and we'll make this a large celebration of service.
Oh, that's fantastic. So if somebody wants to buy some of this gear, do they go to BrokenGear.com? Is that where they can buy if they want to buy your athletic gear?
BrokenGearWear.com. Just go to that website. You'll see our different kinds of apparel. There's American flags that are that you can wear to show off your patriotism. Also, you'll find links there that show the collections for the parade, so you can buy shirts like the ones you have behind me. Yep. And also you can go to americasparade.org, and there's links to the shops there. And you can it links back to our site, and you can buy apparel and come out and support the parade. All proceeds that you buy from these shirts for the parades go toward the parade and service-disabled veterans.
Well, that's fantastic. I'm not going to let you get out of here. I only have like 20 seconds left. But tell me about your service in the Marine Corps.
I was a Marine Force Recon. I was also a Marine Sniper. Did multiple tours in different areas, Iraq, Afghanistan. Actually, I was 6 years in the Marine Corps, and then I went to the Army and retired out of the Army. And so I went overseas with them, and did 23 years of service. A lot of time overseas, and now it's just our next mission.
Well, Eric, thank you very much for your service. We're proud and pleased that you could take time to be with us today. Thank you very much. And for viewers, thank you so much for watching. Steve returns tomorrow, but don't go anywhere because John Zogby joins me after the break. We'll be talking about everything from the polls to the latest on the campaign trail. Keep it right here. John was pretty interesting, and I think you'll enjoy the conversation. Thanks.